Once done very well, this one here, you are looking at either getting an A, a B, a C, a D, yes, a D, an E, an O, there's no G please, and then an what? And then F in that case. Okay? Now, you understand as we start our physics today that our major goal is here. We are not looking anywhere else. But if the worst comes to the worst, and you find that you well cannot handle, let us say you get a B. All right? We are starting our physics at this level. Now, A is coded and it will give you 6 points. B gives you 5 points. C gives you 4. D gives you 3. E gives you 2. O gives you 1. And by the time you have an F, you have no point whatsoever. This is true for all principal subjects, just like physics that you're about to start. Are we together with me? Now, what do we do? For you to be able to get these 6 points, which you actually need desperately for you to become that engineer you want to become, or that pilot you want to be, you need to be very, very, very careful, because from the word go, how you begin this subject, how you start off, determines how well you will be able to achieve this A, to get this A, and attain our 6 points, which obviously are the maximum points you can get from a subject. Physics has got 3 papers. 3 papers, let me put something down for you here. It is structured paper 1, we have paper 2, and we also have paper 3. Now, paper 1 is what we're going to be doing today. But there's also paper 2, and there's also paper 3. A subject that has got 3 papers, like you see physics here, requires that you aim at getting 2 distinctions and at least 1 credit. 3. Have you got the idea now? So, or you can also get 3 distinctions. Why not? Okay? We don't care whether it's D1 or D2, for as long as we have a distinction. For subjects like physics that have got 3 papers, all right, what do? You make sure that you have at least 1 credit 3, but the other 2 must be distinctions. That means you can get a D1 in paper 1, a D1 in paper 2, a D1 in paper 3, or a D1 in paper 1, a D2 in paper 2, a credit 3 in paper 3, or a D1 in paper 3, a D1 in paper 2, and a credit 3 in paper what? As long as you've not gone below a credit 3, my dear students, you will be able to get that A. So, from the word go, our major aim should be attaining a D1 here, worst a D2, a D1 here in paper 2, worst a D2, and a D1 in paper 3, strictly. Have you got me now? It's a must pass. This one is a must pass with a distinction 1. So, our major big struggle is going to be mainly on paper 1 and paper 2 at the moment. Are you getting me now? Let us look at something quickly around here and see how this can actually be done very, very well. As we break down our physics from the word go, I don't want to just come and start teaching you. That's not how we do things here at e-learning Teachers Project Uganda. No, we want you to know what exactly you need to know before you start studying, before you start taking on questions and all that. Are we clear now? Very good. So, 1, we've agreed. We need to have 2 distinctions and 1 credit. That's at the worst. But getting 3 distinctions is not a criminal offense as well. It is actually worthy a gift. Okay, now that is the coding and that's the grading for our physics. Obviously, as we study, we'll be going through how do we come up with the 6 points. How do we get an A in physics, which is not hard at all. Now, what else do we need to know? The duration. Duration. As a candidate, you will be required to know the duration. For each paper, the duration is the total time you're going to spend attempting questions in that paper. In paper 1, for instance, in paper 1, that is 510 stroke 1, you only have 2.5 hours. 2.5 what? 2.5 hours. Meaning you have 2 hours, 30 minutes. That's on paper 1. The same will apply on paper 2 or in paper 2. Still 2 hours, 30 minutes. The only one that differs from the 2 is paper 3. 510 stroke what? Stroke 3 or 4. Okay? That one there would have, or 4, will have 3 hours and a quarter. That is 3 hours, 15 what? Minutes. Okay? That's paper 3. The 15 minutes will not be used for anything, and then you will have to do 2 numbers here, as we're going to see. In these 2 papers, that we call them the theory papers. Okay? We can say these ones here are theory papers. Theory papers, and then here we have the practical paper. Are we together? Okay? Now, when we look at paper 1 and 2, okay, what do? You've seen we have 2 hours, 30 minutes, or 2.5 hours, okay? Remember that in this particular situation, we are going to talk about the sections. Sections. Are we together? Sections. And in sections, we are going to talk about a paper, like paper what? Like paper 1. Why don't we talk about paper 1 first, okay? The sections in paper 1. We have paper 1, paper 510 stroke 1 sections. We can have that, isn't it? It has section A, section B, and section C. Section A, section B, and section C. In paper 1 physics, section A is going to give you questions for mechanics and hydrodynamics. I repeat, questions for mechanics and hydrodynamics. So in this situation, you're going to find questions 1, 2, 3, and 4 from mechanics and hydrodynamics. All right? Then, section B is basically heat and thermodynamics. Heat has got 3 numbers set there. That would be number 5, number 6, and number 7. All these 3 numbers will come